I get a lot of questions about which stitches and materials I use to embroider this alphabet ornament. So today I'm going to walk you through my process so you can make this yourself. The materials you'll need are a 3-inch hoop like this. Next you'll need some fabric. I'm using this natural colored muslin. Any tight sewn non-stretchy fabric will work for this. I like to double up my fabric. I'll be using this size 5 needle. Other similar sizes will work as well. These are the 3 colors I'm using from DMC: 3777, 935, and 3022. And you'll need this alphabet sticker that you can get from my Etsy shop, Mary Made Embroidery. And of course, any pair of scissors to cut your thread. And I'll be using these small red beads that I got at Hobby Lobby. First, unscrew the outer hoop and remove the inner hoop. Place your fabric centered on the inner hoop, then bring the outer hoop over the fabric. Screw tightly, occasionally pulling the fabric tight. Next, peel the pattern from the backing and place on the center of the hoop. Press the pattern onto the fabric to make sure the patch sticks in place. We'll start with the darker green thread and do a series of back stitches around the letter. Bring the needle up from the back of the fabric and create a straight stitch on the circle. After the first straight stitch, bring the needle back up from the back of the fabric with a space between. Bring the needle back to the end of the first stitch to close the space. Continue until you come back around to the first stitch. Continuing with the dark green thread, we'll use a lazy daisy stitch for the leaves. To start, bring the needle up near the base of one of the petals, then right back down in the same hole or close to it. Before pulling the thread completely through, bring the needle back up at the tip of the petal. Place the loop over the incoming needle, then pull the thread till the loop catches. Then bring the needle back down just on the other side of the loop. Pause here to see which leaves I did in the dark green color. Now with the lighter green, do the same lazy daisy stitch on the remaining leaves. Next, we'll move on to the letter in the middle using a stem stitch. To create a stem stitch, bring the needle up from the back of the fabric and back down 1 stitch length away. Before pulling the thread tight, move the loose thread to the side of the letter. The side doesn't matter as long as you stay consistent. I'll move it to the outer side. Then bring the needle back up in the middle where the needle came up and where it went back down. Then pull the thread tight. Create the next stitch by bringing the needle down again, 1 stitch length away again. Move the loose thread to the side and bring the needle back up between the 2 stitches. Pull tight and continue until you've gone all the way around the letter. Here is what the letter looks like so far. I've gone around the letter twice and did the 2 small loops. You can tell the letter really hasn't started to look like the letter, but as we fill it in more, the design will look complete. Once the letter starts to get filled more, there will be some spots that it will be easier to just use a straight stitch in any direction to fill in rather than use a stem stitch. When it is this full, you won't be able to notice as much. Here is the completed H. Now moving on to the beads. Bring the needle up where you want the bead to be placed. String the bead onto the thread, then bring the needle back down close to where it came up. Pull the thread until the bead lays flat and in place. Continue around the ornament. Now the stitching is finished. Remove the hoop by unscrewing the outer hoop and removing the fabric. Rinse or soak under warm water until the stabilizer completely dissolves. After letting the fabric dry, center it back onto the hoop and tighten the screw until the fabric is secure. To finish off the backing, I like to cut the fabric into a circular shape. Next, thread the needle through the fabric using a running stitch. When you get to the end, pull the thread and the fabric should close up. Tie and knot and cut off the remaining thread. Using a ribbon or string, you can tie a bow or use it to create a loop to hang. If you want to see all the letters for this ornament, visit my Etsy shop, Mary Made Embroidery. You can also find a kit of materials to make this exact craft at home.